Like, they're suing me for something I didn't do. It's just the most bullshit thing. And I literally had to pay them a lot of fucking money.
Jake Paul just got sued by Netflix. After Anthony Joshua, Fight Loss and I watched it unfold, knowing exactly what it was supposed to be.
I heard that Gervonta Davis was being very difficult to work with and Netflix was just waiting for a reason.
A Netflix heavyweight event streamed globally and sold as serious boxing, not influencer nonsense or charity rounds. This was Joshua versus Paul on Netflix in a real arena with judges, doctors, cameras, and heavyweight present.
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from the...
And Jake walked in like the king of confidence. Built differently, fearless, untouchable. That was the branding. That was the pitch. Except the man standing across from him was not a retired mixed martial artist, not a basketball player, not a nostalgia act. It was a former two-time unified heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medalist, a fighter with over a decade of elite competition baked into his muscle memory. Anthony Joshua had spent years getting punched by real heavyweights, not boxing on social media.
Anthony Joshua didn't throw a single straight right hand for 6 rounds.
The experience gap was embarrassing. Joshua had Olympic pedigree, world titles, championship rounds, and losses that actually taught him something. Jake had highlight reels, hype clips, and carefully managed opponents. The physical mismatch was even worse. Reach, mass, power, timing, composure. Joshua had all of it without needing to show off. Jake needed noise to survive.
And not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow. I was like, wow, that was nice. I was on the ground, I was like, that was a good shot.
Did he surprise you with his power?
To be honest, no, but I mean, he surprised my jaw.
This was the first time Jake Paul stepped in with a prime, active, world-level boxer who had nothing to gain and everything to prove. No storyline protection, no narrative cushion, just risk. And the moment that bell rang, I could see it. This was not about winning anymore. This was about surviving without getting exposed too fast, because the loss was not just a knockout. It was the live public cracking of the Jake Paul business model. The idea that confidence could replace competence finally died in front of a global audience.
If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man.
From the opening seconds, it was obvious what Jake's plan really was. Move, avoid, grab, reset, repeat. There was no dominance, no control, no imposing will, just footwork for survival. Joshua let him do it. That is the part people miss. Joshua slowed the pace deliberately, measured the distance, took mental notes, let fatigue do the damage before power finished the job. Jake circled like someone trying not to drown. Every clinch was a breath of relief. Every reset was borrowed time. Joshua did not rush. He waited. That is what real experience looks like. When you know the other guy is spending energy just to exist, you let him.
Looks like Jake Paul is trying to bait him into something, but he's the one that's hit the canvas twice in this round. Incredible.
Then the 5th round happened. That was the collapse. 2 knockdowns in the same round. Not from chaos, not from wild exchanges, but from accumulation. Balance gone. Defense unraveling. Legs stiff. Breathing heavy. That round stripped away every illusion. Jake was not unlucky. He was outmatched. By the 6th round, it was inevitable. One clean, timed power shot. No theatrics, no controversy, just physics. The referee stepped in because there was nothing left to prove. The body had already given up before the count finished.
I love this shit, and I'm gonna come back and get a world championship belt at some point.
Are you surprised you went 6 rounds with the former 2-time unified heavyweight champion?
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I just got tired, to be honest. Like, it was just so much.
The reaction afterwards said everything. People were shocked he lasted 6 rounds, but also shocked by how helpless he looked once pressure arrived. That was not bravery. That was a slow dismantling documented from every angle with nowhere to hide. The tough guy talk did not last long. Within hours, Jake was in a hospital, transported for evaluation. No victory speeches, no chest pounding, just fluorescent lights and medical staff doing their jobs.
I'm a little fucked up. but will you take care of me forever and ever?
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. What were you telling him? I was just saying fuck him.
The diagnosis was blunt: a broken jaw, then worse, a double fracture. Not a rumor, not speculation. Imaging confirmed it. Recovery estimates landed in the 4 to 6 week range at minimum, assuming no complications. That is not a bruise, that is bone damage, and people need to understand what that actually means. A fractured jaw affects everything. Eating becomes a problem, speaking becomes limited, breathing requires care, training stops completely. This is not cosmetic, this is structural. This is the kind of injury that changes how you approach fighting if you come back at all. But Jake being Jake, he tried to spin it. Social media posts, jokes, bravado captions, turning a hospital visit into content. Even profile imagery leaned into mockery. No accountability, no reflection, just branding.
Yeah. I was talking but I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw. Jaw, huh? Dude, oh, he spoiled his jaw.
Yeah?
You don't care though. Jake's having a fucking blast.
We'll see him back again for sure?
Yeah.
That is where it got embarrassing. He lost the fight. Then he tried to turn trauma into marketing, and everyone saw it. The contrast was brutal, a man claiming fearlessness while documenting the consequences of facing someone who actually belonged there. I did not see a warrior. I saw someone discovering in real time that confidence does not heal fractures, and that cameras do not cushion impact.
Now, you asked me a question. Look, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best. The end goal was to get Jake Paul, pin him down, and hurt him. That has been the request.
Fighters weighed in almost immediately, and none of them sounded impressed. There was genuine shock that the fight even made it as far as it did, not because Jake was brilliant, but because Joshua never had to leave second gear. The consistent takeaway was simple. Anthony Joshua did not overextend, did not chase, did not panic, and did not take risks. He waited, adjusted, and finished the job when it was convenient. That detail mattered. The idea that Jake somehow pushed a champion to his limits evaporated under basic analysis.
Thank you very much. I'm here with the winner, Anthony Joshua. Anthony, congratulations on the win. How would you describe that fight?
Well, first of all, I want to give love to the crowd, everyone that came out. I really do appreciate everyone in this venue.
Then the money talk took over, because with Jake Paul it always does. Estimates started circulating that both fighters walked away with $40 to $50 million each, with some rumors pushing even higher depending on back-end deals and Netflix incentives. That is when the tone really shifted. The narrative formed fast. Jake Paul can lose badly and still cash a massive check. The loss did not humble him, it insulated him. And that insulation made people angry. Fans can accept defeat. What they do not accept is someone acting victorious after being dismantled while counting their money.
Because it's a civil lawsuit and it's just allegations, it's not criminal, so there must be something.
The comparisons got cruel. Jake started getting likened to viral marketers who sell hype better than substance. A spectacle salesman. A brand first, boxer second. Someone who knows how to trend, provoke, and monetize attention, but folds when real pressure arrives. That perception damage hit hard because it stuck. Losing would have been survivable. Losing and pretending it was some kind of moral or strategic win made him unbearable to watch. While the boxing world argued, Netflix stopped smiling. The focus shifted fast from punches to paperwork. This fight was not just content for them. It was their flagship entry into elite boxing. Their proof that they belonged in the same conversation as established fight platforms. Jake Paul was supposed to be their bridge. Loud, controversial, profitable.
Because it's a civil lawsuit and it's just allegations, it's not criminal, so there must be something.
Then came the canceled super fight. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Scheduled for November 14th in Miami. Tickets sold quickly. Marketing campaigns were already live. Ad inventory had been booked. Sponsors were locked in. Production crews were staffed. Venues prepared. Netflix had committed serious money before a single glove was touched. The financial scale was massive. Internal projections reportedly approached $120 million in total event value. That included subscriptions, advertising, sponsorships, and long-term positioning. This was not a casual gamble. Production, staffing, promotion, and infrastructure were already paid for. The machine was running.
Jake Paul, he's done really well tonight. I want to give him his props. He got up time and time again. It was difficult in there for him, but he kept on trying to find a way.
Then Jake canceled, unilaterally. No gradual exit, no compromise. Just a decision that set everything on fire. Netflix did not allege confusion or miscommunication. They alleged willful breach of contract, not mutual termination, not unforeseen circumstances. Willful. That word matters. The lawsuit landed at $100 million, with the real danger being lost profits that could push the number higher. This was not about punishing him for changing his mind. This was about accountability. Jake's credibility as a reliable draw took a direct hit. Platforms do not forget that. Advertisers definitely do not. Netflix leadership was furious. Executives were embarrassed publicly. Their brand trust with advertisers took damage. The company that prides itself on precision and control suddenly looked reckless for betting on an influencer fighter who treated contracts like optional suggestions. Jake did not just lose a fight. He burned a billion-dollar company's patience in one move.
I don't like it. Even Anthony Joshua had some class and, apologized to me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked his way through the crowd and came up to me and said, "Mom, just no, it's just boxing.
He said it's the fight game.
It's just the fight game."
Obviously.
Now his image sits in pieces. Once sold as fearless, he is now labeled evasive. Once marketed as disruptive, he is seen as unreliable. The public is split down the middle. Supporters insist he took a moral stand. Critics call it fear wrapped in virtue signaling. The argument itself is exhausting, but the consequences are real. Sponsors are reconsidering quietly. Future platforms are hesitant to trust someone who can cancel a global event without blinking. Legal battles drain focus, money, and momentum, no matter how loud your online persona is. While lawyers talk, training stops. While cases drag on, opportunities disappear. The boxing world has already passed judgment. Respect is earned in the ring, not negotiated through press releases or captions. You do not get credit for what you almost did or what you plan to do. You get credit for what happens under lights when you cannot edit the footage.